Hey everyone, welcome back. Thanks for joining. And today we're going to talk about payment options. So the first thing to consider is if you don't have payment options, that might be something you want to put in place. There are plenty of other techs out there that will allow you to do payment plans depending on what one you use. You don't have interest versus some interest, things like that. How many payments it's broken down into. These are all things to consider when you're setting this up. This is something that's become very popular in the last year or so. The biggest users of this tech is going to be millennials and Gen Z. So if you have a lot of those in your demographic, this is something you want to consider. Strategies to consider when setting up something about payment options. There's a lot of things that you can do, but the main things that we suggest is the first one is a banner showing to every visitor who comes to the site 0% interest with X. X being the partner you choose to use. This is just going to let people know that you do have payment options even before they start the buying process on your site or exploring your site. Lets them know that this is an option that you offer. Another thing to consider when setting up strategies is going to be putting it on a product page, in page, underneath the product information. This is something that a lot of these tech companies are going to offer when you integrate with them. It's something great to use in a promotion as well. Make sure that you're showing what their payments would be. So if it's a $100 item and it's in 4 payments, pay $25 now, 0% interest on your next 3 payments. These are things that you want to consider that are really going to push forward the payment plan option. The other thing to consider, which really ties into this, is the buy online, pick up in store. Make sure if someone's in the right area, again, using our awesome geo-targeting rules, make sure that they know they can buy now with a payment plan and pick the item up in store before they actually have paid off the entirety of the product. These are really important things people want to know about, especially as we get closer and closer and closer to the major holidays. They want to make sure that they have that in their hands and they have time to wrap it and put it under the tree or make sure it's where it's supposed to be for a party. You want to make sure that they understand what their options are. The other strategy you might want to consider is targeting this kind of information to people who have previously abandoned their cart. Why did they abandon their cart? Was the item too much? Was there a cost issue? These are things that these people need to know. You can also retarget them in your subscriber base, whether that's email or SMS, whatever you use. Make sure they understand what their options are for buying. When it comes to it, payment options are great. They're absolutely amazing, and they are getting more traction with the younger generations. The big takeaways from this are make sure you are letting your visitors know what their options are and be clear and decisive about how much they'll have to pay for certain products, how many payment plans it's going to take, any interest information that they may need to know. These are all really important. Thank you so much for joining. My name's Kelsey. Really glad you were here today. Make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss any more of our holiday tips.